All right. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Docg, and I have a special guest for us today. Um, Let me just read a little bit of her bio for you so you can understand. Her name is Lisa Goldenthal, and she's the best-selling author of the Boss Weight Loss and creator of original Skinny Jeans. Her workout that sold over 100,000 units in Target and Walmart. I didn't know that. Welcome everybody. I'm Docg. Let me hold on a second. Today, let me just read a little bit of her bio for you so you can understand. Her name is Lisa Goldenthal. Hold on, Lisa. I don't know what's going on here. Give me a second. Weight loss and creator of original. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. All right, back to what I was saying. Lisa has been featured in Life and Style magazines, KTLA, F5, CBS News, Thrive, Global, and WebMD, and has 20 years of transforming clients' lives, including Cheryl Teague's, Paul Zane Pilzer. In recent years, Lisa evolved her business, carving out a successful niche as an expert concierge lifestyle coach, creating customized meal and exercise plans for clients to combat sleep deprivation, stress, and unhealthy eating plans. Lisa can get results if you are a high-impact CEO, senior executive, business entrepreneur, or boss mom by holding you to the highest level of accountability. So, Lisa, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Jean. I'm so excited to be here.
That's an incredible resume, my dear. Really.
Thank you.
So tell me, Lisa, how you got started in all this? What made you get involved in physical fitness when you were
You know
young?
what? I've been passionate about health and fitness for my entire life. I think I'm just pretty much like a hyper person, and just moving just keeps me calm. And I really enjoy, I'm one of those odd people that really actually enjoys exercising. And for me, it's just something that I always want to do. So I found that since I'm so passionate about it, I love helping other people make it a priority, especially now when your health is everything these days.
It
And
really is. It truly is.
2020 has just been such a wild ride so far that I really want to just be there for people and support them and have them realize that their health is their wealth.
Well, you are, and you are supporting people. So, so you have any tips for COVID people that can't go to gyms? Just
Oh, absolutely. Well, the great news is I'm actually launching a free challenge now where I'm going to be giving you guys a free 5-day bounce back and get fit challenge because I know, the world is changing, but I got your back. And if there was ever any time to like safeguard your physical and mental health, it is now. Because if not now, when? And I want to help people go from being stuck to unstoppable and drop excess weight. So, obviously having extra weight puts you at extra risk for not just like heart disease, diabetes, certain cancers, but for coronavirus now. So I want to support people. So I'm doing a free 5-day challenge starting on November 9th. Bouncing back, people complain about the quarantine 15 or needing social distance from the fridge. So if you're continuing to eat like a person with an active lifestyle, but the most movement in your average day is walking from your desk to the couch or the fridge, I'm here to support you guys.
so,
So
Lisa, the first 3 months of in the first 3 months of COVID, shouldn't have people already acclimated to change their lifestyle a little bit because now they're not at work and are doing other things. Would you have implemented a different way of strategies before they got started?
Well, you never know. I mean, it's just all of our routines have been turned upside down, and you
Yeah.
don't need to go to the gym if your gym is still closed. You can still exercise at home. There's all kinds of free assets. You can listen to everyone on YouTube and Instagram. All social media is offering live stream workouts like this.
Right.
You
Right.
just have no excuse to not make your health a priority. And even now, with everybody making resolutions around the holidays, I want to support people so they can stay fit and hot and healthy and happy throughout the holidays because we all need social interactions. We all need to
That's right.
take care of ourselves and connect with people, even if it's just online.
So Lisa, did skinny jeans, was that just an accident, or was that a plan? You actually tried to make something happen there?
Well, the Skinny Jeans workout was the name of my first fitness DVD that I did. And it's just shorter workouts for busy people. And I'm still a big believer in that. You don't actually have to spend your whole life in the gym to get results. Even if you're eating properly, especially, which is really important these days, even just 20 minutes of exercise is better than not moving your body. And I don't know about you, but I just feel better if I exercise. How about you?
Well, I'm not a big exercise person. I used to be way back,
Yeah.
but I've had back problems, so that's kind of another issue. And you got to set your mind up for a whole nother thing. You're again mindset, right? We were talking about
Oh,
mindset earlier.
mindset is everything. Absolutely. I think even if you do have back pain, you do need to move because it's actually better for
Yes.
back pain to walk than to sit still. And the problem for back pain with being at your desk so much is that it's actually better to move than not move. But mindset is everything. You know, what I talk to people about is having a morning mindset routine that sets yourself up for success. So what I have my clients do is focus on their top three goals for the day every morning. And in the morning, you set yourself up for success of everything you want to accomplish that day. So I normally have people focus on meditation to set their mind up for success. And then I always like to drink fresh water with lemon as part of my morning mindset routine.
Why lemon, Lisa? I think I know the answer, but why lemon? Can you tell my
Well, there's
listeners
a
why?
lot of reasons. Actually, you're getting a lot of the antioxidants from the vitamin C that's actually in the lemon, but it can help just kind of cleanse your body from anything you ate the day before and alkalinize your body to the proper pH level. It's just sort of like oil for the Tin Man, staying hydrated with a lemon. And I also do intermittent fasting, which is something I really believe in. And it's really good for weight loss and for your health. So I kind of stay full in the morning, drinking my water with lemon and my coffee.
Hmm.
Then after that, I have my first meal around lunchtime.
So, what is your first meal like? What is it? Do you have like a lot of vegetables, or
Well, what I love for healthy eating is the intermittent fasting. My window usually would be about 8 hours. You're either in a fed state or a fasted state. For intermittent fasting, what I recommend is a 16-8 program where you're fasting for 16 hours, which hopefully 8 of which are already sleeping. So it's just not eating a little before bedtime, which you don't want to do anyhow because your metabolism is slower, and not eating a little bit before lunchtime. And then, so when you eat matters and what you eat matters. So I recommend usually eating a low carb lifestyle where you're having salads and protein and vegetables, things like that.
Mhm.
80% of being fit is really what you eat.
It really is. It really is, Lisa. You're 100% right. So we deal with a lot of the different diets that come in and out.
Yeah.
What is the diet that you kind of recommend? I think you're saying the fasting one is what you recommend, but what do you feel about the keto diet? A lot of people ask these questions about what
Oh,
diet.
that's a great question, Jean. I get asked a lot of times about the keto diet. And the benefit of the keto diet is that it's low carb, high fat, so you can benefit for weight loss because the ketogenic diet essentially uses your own body fat as an energy source. So there's obvious weight loss benefits. And on keto, your insulin, which is your fat storing hormone, levels drop greatly, which turns your body into a fat burning machine. And also, keto can help with mental focus. So many of my clients use a ketogenic diet specifically for increased mental performance.
Mhm.
And ketones are actually a great source of fuel for the brain because when you lower your carb intake, you avoid big spikes in blood sugar. So together, this can result in improved focus and concentration. And it can also help give you an increased energy and a normalized hunger, so you're giving your body a more reliable energy source. So you'll have more energy throughout the day if you're burning fat for fuel, which is the goal of keto and intermittent fasting rather than burning sugar.
Oh, I like that. And you're located where? Where are you at, Lisa?
I'm actually in California.
In California. What's the weather like out there?
Let me see. Today it's supposed to drop down to like the mid 60s in the evening, but it's about 70 right now.
70. Okay, really cool. Yeah, it's nice out there.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a nice weekend. It's in the 70s and 80s. So I really love that because I know the time changes when Sunday night.
Yeah, so that's a good workout weather type of thing, right? Because it's in between cold and hot, and it's always, even if the sun's out or the sun's not out, you still should exercise, right?
Oh yeah, we have pleasant weather here. And even if you guys are back east, it's just a matter of making 20 minutes, just carving 20 minutes out of your day and just finding time to move your body. It just feels so good. It can elevate your mood because a lot of times when the seasons change like this, people have a harder time with their mood, and that on top of the pandemic and not getting to see people as much face to face.
Correct.
I love exercise for the endorphin buzz. Like it can really give you those brain derived neurotropic factors called BDNF and the endorphins, just that feel good feeling you can have when you move your body.
Yeah, that's a funny thing too, because a lot of people that do exercise, or when you exercise when you're younger, we don't exercise when we're older because I think we fall into that again mindset or patterns of the pain is too bad, we can't deal with the pain, and you have to go over that threshold of pain to get to the level of physical fitness where you feel good. Do you have any techniques or ways to get past that pain?
Yeah, I think you just got to start where you're at. You never have to try to compete with other people. It's such a personal thing. I know a lot of times when we're younger, we always want to be better than everybody else. I think it's more about the benefit what can it do for you? What can exercise do for you? And if your back hurts, even if you just get up, go outside, you feel better. You bring a headset with you, listen to some music, and just being out in nature, even if it's chilly, just bundling up, as long as it's not raining, or even inside putting on a YouTube video, you just make yourself do it and you just feel better afterwards. Because flexibility is important, stretching and mobility is important, moving. And as we get older, it becomes more important to move our damn bodies every day.
Yeah, it really does. You're 100% right. So we deal with the problems in life, right? And in general, with COVID and everything like that. Um, the problems, of course, are they keep mounting up, especially for the gyms. We were just talking about that. Um, what can some of the gyms do that they're not doing now? I mean, how do they fight or come back from this? It's just a hard thing to look at the point where you're a gym owner and you want people in your gym and you're not allowed to have everybody there and all the other things that go along with it.
Well, I think the environment has changed and it might never be the same again. And I've been in the gym industry, fitness industry my whole entire life. And I think for me, it's always been a matter of like, how can I change and try the new thing and keep up? So I think to have a hybrid of having a physical space, but offering your classes as a live streaming option is a way that you can keep up with what's going on in the world and stay relevant so that, you know, our industry, the fitness industry, has been hit like no other industry. I mean, hair salons, nail salons are opening up to limited capacity. They were all hit. Restaurant industries have been hit like ridiculously. But the gyms, the one thing that I think should be open, because being physically fit is going to protect you physically from getting ill. Not being overweight is going to protect you from not being ill. So I personally don't agree that gyms should be closed, but being that this is our new reality, we just have to morph with what's coming up down the pipeline. Like this isn't going away anytime soon. So I would suggest to small businesses like gyms that I'm so passionate about to offer a hybrid of having a physical space, but to live stream to people and offer them a way to participate in fitness without having to physically come to the gym.
Hmm. I agree with that 100%. I think that's probably the way to go when it comes to something like this. So Lisa, tell me a little bit more about what this challenge is going to be and your spiritual involvement with all fitness and stuff like that.
Oh, thank you for asking. Yeah, definitely the spiritual thing is important as we have all this new stuff going on and we don't know when change has just become the new normal, and rolling with change is hard. But I think the beauty of this year is we've all realized how resilient and gritty and strong we really are when faced with the fact that there is no choice. So I want to be here for people to help you bounce back to fitness. So I'm offering this free 5-day challenge. And I'm the author of the international best-selling book, The Boss Weight Loss, which was voted one of the top diet books in Los Angeles last year by Best of Los Angeles. So I'm actually giving my free tips and hacks to people that want to opt in for this challenge. I'll pop a link in here and you can share it with your audience. And it's just going to be 5 days just to bounce back and learn all my tips for success in small daily bites. So you don't have to like make global changes all at once. You know, oftentimes people wake up and it's New Year's and they're like, I'm going to work out for 2 hours a day. I'm never going to drink again. And absolutely only vegetables. And that's not sustainable. I believe in little bite-sized changes. So I'm just going to offer little bite-sized tips every day for 5 days to support people and show them how there's a way to continue with me if they want to keep going after the challenge. I do work with people online and help them with their diet and exercise.
Oh, I love that you do that. You know, that there's not a lot of people out there that have the, you know, the qualifications that you have and can do that for a lot of people.
Yeah, no, now more than ever, I think your health is your wealth. You got to take that stuff seriously. And we've all been through so much change lately that I'm actually launching my podcast, Whole CEO with Lisa G, right after the challenge. And I want to support people with their mental health more than anything and help people go from feeling stuck to unstoppable. So I've already interviewed over 50 of the top influencers and mindset, fitness and wellness and success on how we've all been through so many struggles, yet we find a way to keep going, because the most important thing I want to encourage your audience to do is never give up and just bounce back,
Right.
come back stronger than ever, make your health and your wellness a priority, because there's very few things we can control these days, but the two things you can control is your diet and exercise. So sometimes it feels good to take back control and just say, I can't control what's going on in the news, but I can control my own health and take that stuff seriously, because without that, you have nothing. So just take control of your diet and exercise. I want to show you guys how, and they can follow me on my website. And then there's going to be a link on how you can join the Whole CEO with Lisa G in the challenge. So join the challenge. Then they have a chance to win prizes like our background right here in the tropics. We're actually going to give away a Mexican vacation to whoever
That's sweet. That's wonderful.
shares the challenge the most.
Wow, there's going to be a lot of people out there, because I have a lot of friends that are out there watching us now. Facebook won't let me share this to groups right now, so I want you to share it to groups if you can.
Oh, I will share it. And whoever signs up for the challenge and shares it the most is going to get a chance to win lots of prizes,
Well,
not just Mexican vacation.
that's absolutely wonderful. I just want to say too that, Lisa, that we're also I'm trying to explain understand people that your situation, you know, everybody's body's different, right? Everybody's chemistry is different.
Absolutely.
Every time you stop eating or changing your diet, right, your body chemistry changes. So they want to know why that, you know, you're gluten one day and the next day you can't eat dairy. How do you approach somebody that's got a certain thing they can't eat?
Well, there's certain known food allergens out there, and gluten is one of them. And for me, I don't eat gluten. I know your wife doesn't also. Um, it's just if you take all the known allergens out of your diet, which could be wheat, dairy, soy, then what you're left with is just natural whole foods that didn't come in a box that's found on the perimeter of the grocery store. So if you make that the mainstay of your diet, no matter what your limitations are of what you can eat, what you can't eat, if you base your actually what you do eat on vegetables and protein, you can't go wrong across the board. If you're a vegetarian, you can get vegetarian protein sources like beans, legumes, pea protein powder, all kinds of stuff. But if you're a meat eater, you can have pork, you can have chicken, you can have fish, you can have steak. All that stuff is fine. I think for me, I feel the best when I'm eating a lot of seafood and vegetables. Like if you want to be lean, if weight loss is the goal, eating like leaner proteins like chicken and fish and vegetables is just the way to go for everybody across the board, unless you're vegetarian, in which case you're getting those vegetarian protein sources. But I recommend high protein diet, getting a lot of hydration.
How much water do you drink a day?
I'd say for the average person, half of your body weight in ounces of water will help keep you full. And if weight loss is a goal, it's good to drink a couple of glasses of water before your meal, half hour before your meal.
I remember that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because if you
Yeah.
fill up on the water, you're not eating so much, and your caloric intake goes down.
Yeah. And just, what happened collectively as a country is our amount of obesity went up when people started eating carbohydrates in a box and they started thinking fat was bad. Fat is not bad for you. Fat's actually good for you. Good sources of fat are avocado oil,
Avocado.
coconut oil, olive oil. Those are healthy foods for you. So basically, the foods that are not healthy are the things in the box. So if you can stick to real healthy food, the problem is the processed foods. It's not the fat. Fat isn't bad for you. Carbs are bad for you, and sugar is bad for you.
What do you do about people that say that I get this all the time? Organic food is irradiated, irradiated. It's not like you think it is. How do you argue that to them?
I don't have a problem with organic food. I think it's just the most clean, healthy food that you can afford to eat is better for you. Like if you can go to a farmer's market or just go to a food source store that has healthy food, organic food is actually healthier for you. It's just unfortunately more expensive, so it becomes cost prohibitive for a lot of people. But however you can get your vegetables, it's just a better way to eat than foods that are processed.
Well, I always say, I agree with you, but I also say trust the source. So if you're getting it from somebody that's a known organic person that has a lot of organic food in their restaurant, or I mean, in their business, then obviously you're going to have to trust them so they can buy your organic food or buy your own, at Whole Foods or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like you can't go wrong eating your healthy vegetables.
Let's talk about some of the supplements that are good for the body. Moringa, are you familiar with
Yeah.
that?
Moringa, I've heard is good. I'm not. That's like I take so many supplements. That's just
Let's talk about
not
your
one
supplements.
of the ones
Yeah,
that
tell me the supplements that you take. Obviously, you take vitamin D, vitamin C.
vitamin D. Yeah, it's amazing how much of us are vitamin D deficient,
Yes.
and if you're not getting outside and getting the vitamin D from the sun, it's good to supplement with that. Fish oil is really important. I think it's important to have your omega-3s, super important. And I think generally like a multivitamin is good for everybody. And the vitamin C is obviously important because right now we want to keep our immune system strong. So it's important to get all the supplements that are going to keep your immune system strong, which will be your antioxidants like vitamin C, your just a kind of I feel like it's almost like insurance to just take a multivitamin in case you're not getting all the nutrients you need from your food.
Mhm.
And just making sure you have those fish oil supplements too. I think if you could stick with the basically getting a probiotic is really important too. Just basically getting those kind of supplements to keep your immune system strong.
Okay, nice, nice. So what do you think about COVID to try to halt off COVID symptoms? Do you need zinc? Do you need
Yeah,
silver?
zinc is good. Absolutely.
Any other recommendations other than maybe zinc and silver I think there's another one we take called I'm trying to think of what it's called.
Well,
Uh,
elderberry is
CBD
the
oil is good too.
CBD oil. Yeah, that's supposed to be really good. Elderberry is supposed to be really good.
Echinacea, that's the other one. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to help prevent weak cold.
I,
But I think it's just you got to think about your gut health too, because a lot of people are saying that you have a whole separate immune system in your gut health. So taking the probiotics is really good. Like getting even some yogurt is good too for your health. Getting some probiotics that way. Greek yogurt, because it's a good protein source. So I think just taking all the antioxidants that you can, staying at a healthy weight is important to prevent COVID. And obviously all the stuff that, wearing your mask, washing your hands,
right.
staying 6 feet away from people. But mentally and physically, the healthier you can be, the stronger you are, because the people that are really having problems with coronavirus are people that have existing comorbidities, like obesity is considered a risk factor for coronavirus.
Smoking, of course, and yeah, tons of them.
So it's just like taking care of your health. This is just shining a light on the fact that we need to take our health seriously. And that's why I want to support people with my 5-day challenge of just going over my 6 steps to success from the Boss Weight Loss book about the power of mindset, having a vision, having the right exercise and diet routine. All of that stuff becomes super important now.
So Lisa, we learned that people can transform their body, right? Can they change, say, from a disease like from sugar, where they have a high insulin resistance, or any type of thing? I mean, everything I know can be changed, but to actually hear it from somebody that's a fitness expert, is there any
Yeah, that's
shine
exciting.
light on that?
You can reverse obesity and type 2 diabetes by taking out some of those things we already discussed from your diet, like carbs and sugar cause inflammation, which is a precursor for all disease. So if you're having any disease at all within your body, like back pain, neck pain, all those things, if you take out all the carbs and sugar, it'll help you, and you can reverse diabetes.
I
Type
would
2.
also I would also include in that probably dairy for inflammation. That
Unfortunately,
that
yeah,
helped me a
I love
lot
cheese, but it's not, it doesn't love me back, but yeah,
because of the
at least
lactose and stuff.
80% of your diet. If you can clean it up at least 80%, you'll be doing your body a lot of good. And that way you'll be there for all the people that are depending upon you.
So more water,
More water,
more vitamins,
less allergens,
less allergens,
more
better
moving your
food.
body than sitting, trying. If you look at all the aspects of what's really important for health and wellness, it's the mental health of like making sure you see people, making sure you have people to talk to, get outside and book like appointments with your friends to move your body if it's physically safe for you to see each other, or to like do a class together online. And drinking enough water is important, getting enough supplements and nutrients is important, eating the right diet is important. So if you look at wellness at the whole, the meditation is really important part to help manage your attitude and your mood. Just setting your mind up for success every morning, all of that is important. So it's just like,
Meditating as well.
yeah, baby steps. It's good just instead of making a big global change, like changing everything, just why not think about becoming 1% better every day? Like how different would your life be in 365 days if you added one healthy thing to your life every day?
Yeah, that's an amazing concept. I like the way you put that, because if people don't have to change it literally overnight, it's not going to happen anyway. But that one change can lead to many, many other changes that the person can now experience and maybe feel better and not have to worry about, taking so many drugs, and just feeling better overall about themselves.
Yeah, I think habit change is best accomplished one habit at a time. So it depends on your goal. Like if weight loss is a goal, what if you kept your word to yourself and you developed that self-trust, which helps build your self-confidence? If you said that I'm going to make this one change a month and keep my word to myself for 30 days, that I'm going to move my body for 20 minutes. Start with one step at a time. Then once you get that level of self-trust that you were actually able to make a promise to yourself and keep it, then you can add to that. Like, well, I'm going to eat 1 cup of vegetables a day for 30 days. Like, I'd say start with a baby step instead of trying to change everything. Change one thing, keep that habit going for a month. There's even habit tracker apps that you can get to track new habits.
There's so many things in technology that can really
Yeah, I
help.
think habits, it's all about habit change. It's like, what habits can you develop? And what habits do you need to look at and change?
Well, I have a friend that just contacted me. He said on Facebook, he said that he lives next to a Popeyes, and he lives in an apartment. And when he comes home from work, he's tired. He doesn't have time to cook. What's the best thing to do? Because he goes to Popeyes every day, and that's how he eats every night. The same thing. Well,
Yeah, the
whatever
best
Popeyes
habit for
says.
him would be to do meal prep. I always encourage a lot of my clients to do meal prep every Sunday or Monday. And I actually go live on Facebook on my Lisa G Fitness page. And I talk about the importance of meal prep. So preparation is everything. So if you know that you're going to be hungry, it's good to go to the store and have healthy food at home.
What are some
Eat
of the things that you
takeout
meal
food
prep?
isn't healthy from Popeyes, I would say. Sorry.
Oh, it's all
That's,
grease. Yeah.
yeah, no, I would say even if you went to the grocery store and you bought an organic, already made chicken and you shredded it up and you had it in the fridge in containers and you had some salads already made from the store, if you just came home and you were hungry, you just throw that salad in a bowl and throw the chicken on top of it and some healthy dressing. There you go. Healthier option than Popeyes. It doesn't have to be complicated. There's already prepared food at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Vons, and Pavilions are where I live. I don't know what you have over there, but
Wegmans, ShopRite. There's so many different places.
everywhere,
Mhm.
Costco, you can
Mhm.
get already prepared healthy food. They have salmon already like seasoned at Costco that you can get. You can get shrimp. If you buy healthy food and you get home and you're hungry, you will eat healthy food because it's already in your refrigerator. So any goal that's worth having is worth preparing for and planning for. So make a grocery list on Sunday, go to the store, buy the healthy food, and then you'll be setting yourself up for success on a weekly basis to hit your goals of eating healthy because you already went to the store, you already got that handled. It's one less decision you have to make. What do I eat? It's already done.
Right. Right. Boy, what a show this has been. You there's more people asking more questions, but I just, man, I thank you for being here. Really, I'm
Oh
learning
my
a
gosh,
lot.
this is
Learning a
fun
lot.
for me. I love talking about health and fitness and inspiring people to just take any one of these steps we talked about.
Yeah, people, if you have any comments or suggestions, or you want to, just reach Lisa and maybe do a thing with her. That would be great. She would love to, teach you how to, learn physical fitness or be back to a physical body where you're healthy again. How did I get in touch with you, Lisa?
Well, I can give you my email. My business is Lisa G Fitness, and my email is lisagg@lisagfit.com, and my Instagram is at Lisa G Fit. They can follow me there. And then Lisa G Fitness is my business website and my YouTube. So they can follow me there. And so yeah, Lisa G Fitness is my Facebook page, my website, my YouTube channel, Lisa G at Lisa G Fit is the email. So it's not that hard to find me.
No, and also, you said you're going to be doing a podcast. Tell me a little bit about your podcast. I'm sure
Oh,
it'll
I'm
be about
so
health and fitness,
excited.
but tell me a little
Yeah,
bit about
my podcast is called Whole CEO with Lisa G. And I've interviewed over 50 of the top influencers in the world in mindset, fitness, health and wellness, weight loss, success, and business. And all of us share our stories of how we were stuck and we got to unstoppable by just staying the course, having the grit and resilience to just keep going. So because this year has been so challenging, I'm releasing the podcast this year about just going from stuck to unstoppable with simple daily habit change and tips about how you can keep going, and listen to the amazing stories of what some of these experts like JJ Virgin, one of the top fitness experts that I interviewed, her son almost died in the hospital, and what she had to do to be mentally and physically healthy to
wow.
go visit him, and Dr. Martini from The Secret and all the challenges he's faced, and all the top influencers in health and fitness that I love are going to be in here. And we all want to share that we've all been there too, and how to help people bounce back. And that's why I'm doing this free 5-day challenge to help you bounce back with my simple, easy, doable daily steps for health and fitness,
Hmm.
from the boss weight loss and from my skinny jeans workout, just shorter workouts for busy people. I'm going to incorporate all that into my challenge.
That's going
And
to be really exciting.
thank you. And there's short interviews too. The podcast is going to be all less than 20 minutes for most of the interviews.
Okay, well, that's fine. 20 minutes is fine.
Simple tips and hacks on how to keep going no matter what, how to be resilient, how to be fit, how to make your health your wealth, and how to have grit, because that's what we all need right now. It's just stay the course, try to be maybe 1% better every week. Just find one thing you can do to change. Habit change is just best accomplished one at a time.
Oh, I have a friend that's asking me a question. He wants to know about when you're doing physical fitness and you're maybe doing some push-ups. Do you recommend that they increase their sets or they increase their extra push-ups?
Oh, that's a great question. I think form is really important when you're doing push-ups. You want to make sure that your form is correct. So a lot of times I see people push their neck forward.
Yeah.
So you want to think about your spine being straight from the top of your head to your tailbone. And you want to think of it engaging your core. So you want to keep your legs straight, your core tight, and get that range of motion. So once you're doing the push-up properly, I'd rather people do 10 proper push-ups than phoning it in to do 100 just to get the reps. So once you get that, it's just like anything else, you want to increase it over time. So once you get the form correct,
Right.
you do 4 sets of 25, 100 push-ups every other day. That's a great plan. Like, what if you could do that every day? Then you could say that you are going to start with push-ups for your exercise. Just make sure you're doing them properly.
Okay, good answer. What about yoga? Somebody's asking me, they do a lot of yoga. Do you think yoga should fit into physical fitness?
Oh, I love yoga. Yoga is so wonderful for you because all the different aspects of fitness that are important, it's like you have your nutrition and your supplements that we talked about, and you have your mindfulness, and yoga really contributes to that. But the flexibility and mobility is really important as we age and as we sit all the time. I just feel so much better when I do yoga. Just to really age, the part about aging better is staying flexible and mobile. So yoga is wonderful. It's a great workout. And being that we're in this new situation of pandemic, yoga you can do anywhere, push-ups you can do anywhere, squats and lunges you can do anywhere, and cardio you can do anywhere. So there's really no excuse to not do body weight exercises and to move your body every day.
That's true too, Lisa. I remember an old coach of mine way back in high school when he used to say, I used to say, well, I don't have any weights. He says, son, you don't need weights. You can use stuff around the house. Just as
Exactly.
long as it's weighted down, you're fine. Four
And
or
your
five
own
pounds is
body is
great.
a weight. Like in yoga, by the time you're doing the up dog and the down dog and the plank and the warrior poses and all of that, you're using your own body as a weight. Same with push-ups, same with squats, same with planking, all of that, even a wall sit, you can just sit against a wall with your knees in nice 90-degree angles. That's gonna work your legs. You can work your whole body without any weights. Or you could grab a couple of gallon jugs and do
Right.
exercises like biceps and triceps and shoulders. You don't need a weight. And I know they're kind of hard to come by these days. So whatever you can do with weights, you can do at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got another question. Oh boy, you get a lot of questions. I don't know if you can answer this, but you can see what you think. They want to know what you think about a Nutrisystem compared to Weight Watchers.
You know what? I don't really believe in foods in a box. I think Weight Watchers are a little bit more versatile because it gives you some kind of a point system. And I think they're going more to a more wellness type of thing. So I would recommend, I think educating yourself is always the best. So if you go through a Weight Watchers type of program, I think it's going to educate you about what choices can I make? How many points can I have of carbs? And I see that as something like, to me, I want to see lifestyle changes. Like if you want to make a change, one change a month, sustain that change. Weight Watchers to me seems sustainable rather than depending on a company to deliver you products in a box.
I like your answer. I also want to add to that too. Usually, what was it, 30 days, and your mind becomes accustomed to what you're doing. So
Yeah.
after 30 days, you could stay doing what you're doing. Once you fall back, it's hard again. You got to repeat it all over again because you get back in that mindset, the pattern, right?
Yeah, so that's why it has to be a lifestyle change. Like just pick one thing you want to change in your life. Habit change is best accomplished one at a time, and just make that commitment to yourself. Because then you become more confident. You're like, wow, I set this goal and I did it. So just pick some one thing that you want to change, not everything in your whole life.
They
Stay
just
the
said,
course.
get
And if you fall off, get back on. We all fall off. We all fall down. It's human nature.
they just said they got some amazing brownies. That's why I joined.
You know what? If that makes them happy, they should have that. For me, I like to know what are the ingredients in my food. So I just think educating yourself about what are the ingredients is a good start.
And I know right now there's amazing recipes out there for, like you said, avocado. There's avocado powder that you can make your own brownies with. And you can substitute with applesauce, and you don't have to put sugar, and you don't have to put flour.
Stevia is wonderful too. It's a natural leaf.
And stevia, yeah, stevia, and even organic real sugar, the
Or
cane
they can,
sugar.
not sugar, I wouldn't recommend sugar, but even mashed up banana can make
Mashed up banana is good. Yeah,
a
yeah,
baking, or even mashed up sweet potato can make baking taste good without added sugar.
yeah. I read a long time ago too. I think this is true. For every 2 teaspoons of sugar, or 2 teaspoons of applesauce, it's equal to maybe a cup of sugar.
Yeah, you don't need to add
You
as
don't
much.
need to add a lot.
The applesauce, or if you're adding the mashed up sweet potato, mashed up bananas, like I think, to me, I don't have any problem with buying the food in the box as long as I know what the ingredients are. Just educate yourself, read the ingredients.
Yeah,
If you
that's
can't pronounce it, it doesn't belong in your diet.
right.
If it's more than 5 ingredients, it's not a whole food. It's a processed food. So just baby steps to getting more towards those real vegetables and real protein sources that you can do.
Oh, somebody wants to know if you have your own garden.
I don't. I actually live in an apartment. This
If
is
you
just
had
my,
your own garden, what would you have in it? That's what they want to know.
oh, I like herbs. I think if you add fresh herbs to any recipe, I love to cook. So if I had like basil and rosemary and tomatoes, things like that. I love having aloe vera. I'm lucky I live out here. So I have some aloe growing out on my balcony in a little window box.
Oh, that's
But I
nice.
think to me, fresh mint, fresh basil, fresh tomatoes, I would love to have that in my garden. Any herbs, rosemary, those things. It's like, even if you're just whipping up some eggs, it tastes so much better if you throw some herbs in there and then avocado and hot sauce, and there you go. Something healthy. Everything tastes better with fresh herbs and spices.
That's what I was going to ask you. Are eggs healthy for you? We
Oh
hear so
yeah,
many
they're
different things that
great.
eggs
Wonderful.
aren't. They're no good. From the
They got a bad rap a while ago when everyone
right.
was all worried about cholesterol. Fresh eggs, whole eggs are a great protein source, unless you can't eat them. Like everybody has their own intolerances. I think eggs are inexpensive, wonderful protein source.
I do too. I always eat eggs. I eat eggs almost every day.
Yeah, there's
Um,
nothing wrong with eggs, fish, chicken, steak, if you can eat that stuff, pork, all of it, it's
so
fine.
you recommend some meats too then?
Oh yeah, high protein diet is wonderful for you. I think if you want to gain muscle as we age, the most important thing for keeping your metabolism fast is having muscle. And I'm always grateful for my muscles as I get older. So I've been working out constantly my whole life, not like all day long, but consistently. And having muscle, protein is a building block of muscle. So if you want to know what kind of diet I recommend, I would say low carb, high fat of healthy fat, and high protein is a healthy diet. And getting the processed foods, unprocessing your diet, getting the processed foods out.
So I have another question for you. Boy, how many questions are coming in right now? Oh God, everybody's watching. They're loving it. They love your show. They this is awesome. They said they want to know if they had a meat diet, what would be the optimum meat diet? Should they have like chicken Monday and then beef Tuesday, or should they rotate it back and forth, or should they eat like 3 days chicken and 1 day beef, 1 day fish? What is
I
the
think
best?
variety is important, but you got to go with what you like. Like some people just for some reason don't like fish and seafood. I love fish and seafood because to me, when I eat mostly like poultry and fish and seafood, I feel the leanest. So I don't eat a lot of red meat. But I'd say any protein that you like is great. Variety is great if you can mix it up. And the only meat I would say that the Surgeon General came out with a warning about processed meats aren't good for you. So I would say even though people that think they're doing keto might be doing keto wrong when they think they can eat bacon all day long. I'd say
Oh
stay away
yeah, yeah, I
from
definitely agree with
processed
that.
and really eat just natural foods that you can eat. Like if you like steak, eat steak. If you like chicken, eat chicken. If you like fish, eat fish. If you like all three, then mix it up. But poultry and fish to me are, if weight loss is a goal, the leaner meats. So the leaner protein sources, or even whey protein powder is a great protein source, or pea protein powder if you're vegetarian. Like if you can't get enough protein in every meal, then supplement it with protein powder, because I think having more muscle is going to make you more fit. It's going to elevate your actual metabolism. The more muscle you have compared to fat. So the goal of any fitness program is always you want to have more muscle and less fat. The way you get there is through diet and exercise.
Oh, that's another question somebody's asking now. Metabolism versus blood diet. Do you see a correlation or a difference?
Well, I think there's some people that follow the blood type diet. I'm not really one of them. Like to me, having a fast metabolism is all about what you eat and when you eat. And if you eat enough protein and drink enough water, you'll have a faster metabolism. And if you try the intermittent fasting, you'll have a faster metabolism, because your body does not need, like years ago, people are being like, you have to eat 5 meals a day to keep your metabolism going. And that's not really true. It's better to have some periods of the time when you're not eating if you want to get into ketosis, where you're actually burning your own fat for fuel. So I would say eat less often. Try to eat during an 8-hour eating window, like from 12 to 8 is when I usually eat. or 1 to 9 or 2 to 10 or 11 to 7. And if that's too short of an eating window, start with 12 hours, like only eat during like from 7 to 7 or 8 to 8, and then slowly make your window shorter. So maybe start with 12 hours, then go to 14, then go to 16 on the intermittent fasting if weight loss is a goal. But I'd say if you can get 1 ounce of protein per pound of body weight, or half an ounce of protein per pound of body weight, the higher the protein, the better if you want to put on muscle.
Oh, somebody wants to know the perfect snack as a fruit. What's a perfect snack that you eat and you want to share?
Oh, fruit is wonderful in the morning. I think it's better to have fruit like before your first meal, because it kind of helps aid in your digestion of anything that you ate the day before,
Mhm.
rather than having food in the evening. And then other fruits, other snacks rather that are good are carrot sticks, celery sticks, also having some nuts, but a portion controlled size, like macadamia nuts are wonderful, almonds, walnuts, but you don't want to eat like the whole can of nuts because that could be 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
For me, I love nuts and they're so addicting because they're salty and I love salty foods. I do better if I put them in like individual sized portions. So I know what a portion is of nuts.
So how do you control
Like
yourself
this
and
is
just eat
not
a
a
little cup
portion,
and not eating
that's a
more?
portion. What's that?
How do you control yourself? When I eat that little cup and I see that other little cup there, I don't want to, I
Oh
want
no, it's
another cup.
hard. I mean, for some reason, like people like either sweets or salty stuff.
Yeah.
And there are some protein bars that are healthier for you than others. Like some are just a straight up candy bar. You might as well have a Snickers. But if you get in the habit of reading your ingredients in the food that you eat and educating yourself, look at the amount of sugars in the protein bar and the amount of carbs and the amount of protein and the amount of fiber. Like fiber is going to help fill you up. So you want to have fiber in your life. Fruits and vegetables have fiber. So that's a good thing. Adding fiber is a good thing too, like a psyllium husk or something like that supplement. If you're cutting down on carbs, you need to make sure you're getting enough fiber.
What about wheat germ?
Wheat germ? Well, I'm gluten free, so I don't really add.
No, they just want to know about wheat germ, and I'm asking. I said I don't know.
I don't
I
know. I
take it
don't know
every now
about
and then,
that.
but I don't know. Some people don't like it.
Yeah, no, to me, like I'm gluten free, so I like to just stick with the vegetables and the protein. That's my jam. And we're all different, so I don't think everyone has to eat like me. I just love to share about intermittent fasting because I'm so passionate about that. I would challenge anybody out there that wants to give it a try.
Well, there's a friend on a diet, and he recommends that he takes a smoothie every day instead of eating a lot of food. He cut down his calories probably about 1,000 calories a day.
That's fantastic. You know what? As long as you know what ingredients are in your smoothie, like if you go to some of those smoothie places, it could be like throwing sugar in there. So it's always good to know what you're eating.
No,
Again, it goes
he makes his
back to
own. He
like
makes his
if
own.
you make it yourself, if you put in some good whey protein powder and then, minimum on the fruit and maximum on the veggies.
Yeah,
So if
that's
you
the
have
other question.
less
He wanted to
fruit,
know.
it's
Yes,
less.
go ahead.
Hmm?
No, finish. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying, healthy smoothie is, and he's saving that many calories. That's wonderful.
He
To
just
help
started
with
it.
it. That's great.
Yeah. So Lisa, we got about 5 more minutes. Um, you can summarize everything that you're doing, the fitness and everything, and how people get in contact with you, and any last comments, and we're good.
Yeah. I just think, we all have a busy schedule and sometimes you might think nothing works for you. So just think about your mindset, just setting yourself up for success every morning, just to push through the inevitable ups and downs that we all hit along the way. So just have a vision of what you want, set your mind up every day for success and don't accept anything less than success. And if you mess up, we all mess up, just forgive yourself. So with all the stuff going on in the world these days, I would just say, think about having a morning mindset routine to set yourself up for success. Come join my free challenge, the Bounce Back 5 Day challenge, so that people can help bounce back with me. I know if you're worried about the quarantine 15, I want to support you guys, and I want everyone to subscribe to my podcast when we launch it in the next couple of weeks. So if they join the challenge, they'll find out how they can win the prizes, and that's going to be, there's a link in here
That's
for the
awesome.
challenge and for all my social media to follow me. And I always give free advice, so definitely subscribe to all my channels.
That's wonderful. Who does all your marketing? You do marketing as well for yourself?
Oh, no, I have some virtual assistants that also help me
Thank
create my
God.
content, because it's a lot to try to do everything yourself.
It is.
I
But
have people that help me with email marketing and all that stuff, because sometimes the techie aspect of stuff is stressful to manage that yourself.
well, I want to welcome you. I want to welcome your new show to the podcast. But I wanted to ask you a question too.
What do you got?
Would that be possible to actually come to Hamilton Radio too as a affiliate?
Um, to have what, the
A
podcast?
podcast rebroadcasted on Hamilton Radio.
Oh, I would love that.
My audience would love it because they're all about staying healthy.
Oh, I would love to have that. I would love to inspire your audience to be healthy and never give up on their goals and dreams, and to link up with me.
Okay, wonderful.
We'll find a way to do it.
Thank you so much for being here. I know my wife is going to follow you. I know my wife is going to take the 5
Oh, that's
challenge.
wonderful,
She needs
Gene.
it.
I'm
She needs
so
it.
glad to meet both of you guys and to inspire your audience to just be 1% healthier.
You're such an inspirational person, Lisa, and a wonderful person at the same time. You're just an amazing person. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the time. And I hope everybody learned something today. We talked about a lot of stuff.
Well, thanks for having me.
What a
Message
pleasure.
me if you have questions.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.